Oh, nothing shouts, "Where is my glass with Prosecco?" as a sparkly bracelet around your wrist does. Ready to enjoy the fizzy this summer? Then you keep watching and make your own bracelet to help you with the ordering. For today's project, we are going to use 3 colors of 4mm bicones and our usual 11/0 seed beads. For this technique, we are going to use 2 needles that we have them at the end of one thread, and we start with our first strip of a right angle weave units, and let's make our first unit. So we have the left and the right. The beads on the right are in the color of the flower. The beads on the left are in the color of what I would call the background. That's repeating all along the bracelet. And now we create the connectors in between the beads, the starter one and then the one where the threads will cross. So we pick up the first one and we drop it at the middle of the thread. Now we pick up the right needle sequence and we drop it, and then the left sequence, the left needle, we drop the beads, and now we cross the threads in this seed bead. And here we have our first unit ready. For the second unit, when we pick up the colors, we can decide what is the color of the next flower. So let's say that the next flower will be this color. We keep the border, the background the same, the connectors, and the seed bead where the threads cross. So we pick up with the right and drop them. We pick up the left needle beads, we drop them, and now we cross through the seed bead. And here is our next unit. Now we can continue with alternating the colors. So So this would be the right, drop the beads, the left needle, drop the beads, and now cross the threads. And we continue like this, picking up for the right needle the colors the way we want, and for the left needle we just keep the same color for the background. Continue this off the camera, and I will come back when I have the desired length, about 6 inches. I'm going to bead with this sequence, and then after we finish the first strip we continue with the second strip. Here I have finished a strip of 6 inches long, and now to finish off this strip we need to reinforce around the last 2 maybe units to make sure that the shape is stable. So we go back with one of the needles and with the other one as well. And now we pull the threads. Now we cross the threads in this bead. And now we go back and make a few knots around the thread. And now we leave these threads as they are because we are going to use them when we are going to connect the clasp. And now, having this strip ready, we prepare for building up the next strip. For the second strip, we prepare another length of thread with needles at both sides. And we start preparing the second strip in such a way that we complete the flower. So for the left, we have the color of the flower that is similar to the one that we have started in the first strip. And then we use this seed bead as a connector. So we pick up the first seed bead and drop it at the middle of the thread. Pick up the beads for the right needle and drop them. And for the left, we pick up one bicone, connect through the seed bead, pick up the second bicone, and now we cross the threads through the seed bead. And here we have finished our first unit in the second strip. For the next unit, we are following the pattern from the first strip. So for the flower, to complete the flower, on the left we have the color, on the right we have the background, the connector bead on the right, and the bead where the threads will cross at the top. So on the right needle we pick up the background sequence and we drop it. Then for the left we pick up one bicone, use the connector seed bead from the previous strip, the second bicone of the sequence on the left, and now we cross the threads just like this, and now we gently pull the thread, and as you can see, we already have the flowers in the middle and the background holding the flowers on the sides. We continue like this for the entire length of the bracelet. Now let's make together the last unit of the second strip. As you see, I have worked all this second strip on the board because it's nearly close to impossible to control the beads otherwise. So now we build up the last unit with the right and the last unit on the left. And we cross the threads. And now here we have our bracelet ready. Obviously we need to reinforce through the last two units, I would say, with each of the threads. And now we make some knots around the thread and move the thread forward in the work. Okay, so here we have our bracelet ready. In this moment we only need to attach the clasp. Now for the clasp, I think that a magnetic clasp with 2 strands is suitable for our bracelet. So with one of the threads that we have left at the other end of the bracelet, we just connect the clasp. So we go under the clasp and then over and create a loop around the loop of the clasp. A few times. And now we gently pull the thread and make sure that the loop is tight now. And now we can also go around the first unit and kind of reinforce through the unit the connection with the clasp. And then we go a few more times around the loop. Okay, and now we move the thread to the next seed bead through the work. Okay, and we connect in the same way under the loop, over through the seed bead, and now we gently pull the thread. And here we have finished this side, and we repeat the same procedure on the other side. Now for the second part of the clasp, we make sure that the clasp is not, or the bracelet is not twisted. And we just continue the same way. Go under the loop of the clasp and then over and through the seed bead. And we reinforce. Then we move the thread through the work to the other metal loop. Under, over, and finish the loop. And then pull the thread. We weave in the end of the thread, we cut, and here we have our beautiful bracelet with 3 colors of bicones. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for watching, and there are some more tutorials with the right angle weave in the playlist attached. Thank you for watching. See you with the next tutorial.